In my 23 years as an SEO consultant, I've seen countless competitor online stores lose significant organic traffic overnight. And I have helped many of our clients' online stores achieve the hockey stick effect really quick. Two cases stood out to me over the years. First, a generalist online store with an integrated marketplace added 4 new top-level categories. Within a week, they lost 30% of their organic traffic. And second, we have deleted 2 smaller sub-niche categories from a client's niche online store with 2 distinct sub-niches. The result? A 30% increase in organic traffic just 2 weeks later. Sounds illogical, doesn't it? But it's not. In this lesson, we'll uncover why these outcomes make perfect sense and how you can use strategic category cleanup to achieve the hockey stick effect. To understand why those outcomes make sense, let's break down how online store structures work. From a content perspective, entities represent main topics like sports. Entities are divided into clusters, such as ball sports or athletics. Clusters further on break down into niches like basketball, baseball, or soccer. A sub-niche is even more specific. For example, in the basketball niche, sub-niches could be basketball shoes, basketball rims, or basketball shirts. An online store selling products from one entity or cluster is a dedicated online store, such as a sports or athletic store. If it sells products from one niche or sub-niche, it's a niche online store, like a basketball-only store or one for basketball shoes. The general rule is to stay within one sub-niche, niche, cluster, or entity. However, some online stores sell products across multiple entities, such as home appliances, furniture, and electronics, under the theme of home. When online stores sell unrelated products across many entities, they're generalistic online stores, typically covering more than 10 entities. Now, why does this structure matter? Let's play a quick game. Find the odd one out. Imagine an online store called Greenwood. Sells roller skates, skateboards, e-scooters, and trophies. The odd one out is the trophies. By removing this category, Google can better recognize Greenwood as an urban transportation online store, boosting its rankings in relevant niches. Additionally, the online store can redistribute its link juice to focus on core categories, improving their rankings. Here's a real example from one of our clients. They sold bathroom products like bathtubs, showers, sinks, toilets, mirrors, and tiles, but also kitchen sinks and tiles. We moved the kitchen products to a separate store, and the main store gained 30% more organic traffic in just 2 weeks. Generalist online stores face different challenges. Early on, they benefit from adding categories because they usually have many backlinks, which on average are strong backlinks. But over time, managing, crawling, and indexing budgets becomes an issue. For example, a generalist online store with 12 categories added 4 more, resulting in over 1,000 new subcategories and 300,000 new products. This expansion led to a 30% drop in organic traffic within a week because their link juice couldn't support the additional content and existing rankings suffered. Fixing such damage takes months. We'll discuss indexing and crawling budgets in another lesson. But for now, let's focus on solutions for online stores who've messed up their entity structure. Finding the odd one can sometimes be challenging, but there are 2 ways to make this process clear. The first is to use your offline experience. If something feels out of place, think about whether you've seen that category in a comparable dedicated offline store. For example, have you seen kitchen sinks in a bathroom supply store? Probably not. Or have you found showers in a kitchen showroom? Of course not. This perspective can help you figure out which categories don't belong. The second way is to use Google Shopping's categorization, which is available online. Their system has clear dependencies and structures, making it easy to see how categories and subcategories are connected. This will also be useful in the next lesson when we talk about restructuring. Subcategories need to belong to the right category in order to reach their full ranking potential. Once you have identified the odd category or categories, you have two options. Option A is to delete the categories and redirect all their URLs, including the associated products, to the homepage using 301 redirects. This helps redistribute link juice across the rest of the online store. Option B is to create a separate online store under a new domain for the odd categories. To do this, you need to set up one-on-one 301 redirects from the old URLs to the corresponding URLs in the new online store. Then, remove all internal links in the original online store that point to those redirected URLs. If you aren't familiar with how to set up redirects, watch Lesson 8, where we cover this in detail. And if you face any obstacles, you can use the Ask a Question feature in SEOlexi or reach out to our community. We'll be happy to help. Have you ever walked into an offline store that sells cell phones, funny t-shirts and aromatic candles? Did that store's ambience make you feel like they're experts in any of those products? Probably not. You'd only stay in such a store if you had no other option. Maybe all other stores were closed or you were in a big hurry. The same principle applies to online stores. Google doesn't want to promote online stores that lack focus or a clear entity. Imagine a crane online store with just 30 cranes in 3 subcategories, but also a category for motor scooters with 200 different models. Even though it looks like a crane-focused online store, the scooters outnumber the cranes, creating confusion. Google would likely leave a question mark on this store's entity and revisit it later to reassess. Now, if the homepage of this online store only displays the brand's name and the brand name isn't well known for cranes, the confusion grows. To avoid this, you must clearly declare the entity of the online store on the homepage. Use title tags, H1 headings, and content to reassure both Googlebot and potential customers that they're in the right place. If you don't, Google will keep that question mark in its database until a manual reviewer confirms that the store primarily focuses on cranes, or you remove the confusing scooter category. Customers trust dedicated online stores. They shop with higher confidence, leading to better conversion rates. Specialized online stores also tend to offer better prices, which customers love. And what customers love, Google promotes. Google's primary goal is to deliver a satisfying user experience, which in e-commerce means helping users find exactly what they need as quickly as possible. That's the main reason this works. The second reason is the redistribution of link juice. This happens when a core update rolls out or as Google refines its understanding of the online store's entity. As a result, you may notice 2 positive changes in your organic traffic graph over 2 different time points. Combined, these create a small but meaningful hockey stick effect, because it will have even a higher impact on the organic revenue. Now, let's do a quick quiz to test what you have learned in this lesson. You're going to see 3 questions. For each question, you will have 10 seconds to think before the correct answer is revealed. After that, we'll move on to the next question. Keep track of how many answers you got right. At the end, I'll recommend you what you should focus on learning next based on your results. Here is the first question. If you got all 3 answers right, great job! Your next step is to watch the next lesson about restructuring. If you got the first or second questions wrong, I recommend watching lesson 8 about redirections again to strengthen your understanding. And if you got all the questions wrong, rewatch this lesson carefully and focus on the key concepts we've covered.